Hi you guys, Miss Bell here. I wanted to show you a quick tour of our library so that when you come over to pick out your book, you'll know where to go. So we're going to start with kind of the obvious, which is fiction, and I'm just going to highlight a few titles for you. So let's see. We got some classics like Holes. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but this has always been a favorite of kids. We have some cool books if you're a fan of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I got My Life as a Book. I also have Diary of a Wimpy Kid. We have some cool books you might not have heard of, like The Creepover. This is super cool. It's about a girl who invites these kind of new kids over to her house for a sleepover, and they turn out to be kind of creepy. So that's fun. What else do I have? Ooh, I've got some really good Jerry Spinelli, like Maniac Magee. Anytime you see that label, it means that this book is super good, has been read by a lot of experts, and they've all agreed that teenagers would love it. So if you ever see the label, definitely check it out. I have some teenage romance books. If I Stay, also a great movie. I have the entire series of Lemony Snicket, and if you like texting, TTYL. This is a book all in the format of internet chat. So this might be a great book if you are someone who maybe doesn't like to read really long books. You can start there and then go from there. We're going to move on to historical fiction. So these are books that are based on things that actually happened in history. I have the entire I Survived series. So all of the books about kids that survived really horrible events, that's a huge favorite. Long Walk to Water is one of my absolute favorite books. It is not too long and it's really action-packed, so check that out. If we are into poetry, which you will, I have some poetry books over here. I have to recommend Brown Girl Dreaming. Look again, we got some labels. This is about a girl who grew up in the South and she's black and her parents got divorced. And it's all about her life trying to adjust. And the whole book is based in verse, which means it's not like a normal book with paragraphs, but all little poems. I'm going to move over to nonfiction. So these are all of the books that are based on real things. So of course, I got my books about rats because we got to learn about them. And I got some books about other animals like puppies and horses. Ooh, I have a really cool book by Kwame Alexander. This is all about 52 rules to aim, shoot, and score in this game called life. So it's like a basketball analogy for life. So that's a great choice. Super excited about this book. This book is called Rad American Women A to Z. So for each letter of the alphabet, let's see what we turn to. We turn to F, and F is for Flojo, and Flojo was a runner in the Olympics, and it's all about her story and how she's an amazing American woman. So that's a great text. Another book about rats. I mean, come on. No, but we do have some really good choices. If you like robots or you like if you want to be in the Social Security industry and you want to protect us, if you are into pirates or stories that happened at sea, these are all true stories. So definitely check out the nonfiction section if you want to learn about real things. We have some biographies too, so I'll just show a quick few. We got Roberto Clemente, we got Tisue, and some other really awesome biographies that you can read. We have an important picture book section. So this is not kids' books. These are books that are for older kids but do look like a picture book. So Si Se Puede, Yes We Can. This is an awesome book about the janitor strike in LA. We have, one of my favorites is A Bus Called Heaven. I recommend you read this and just enjoy it for what it is. It's super short. Read the important picture books. They are not children's books. There's the bell. Okay, another section you might want to check out is this down here, which is the graphic novel section. Okay, so we have all of our books that have pictures in them. And I want to point out two for you, okay? This first one is called in real life. This is about a girl who's a super fangirl. She is like living outside the internet, but when she's in the internet, she is like this whole nother person. And she lives kind of this like duo life. So you can see the whole book has pictures, and it's not for kids. It's actually for teenagers, and it's really kind of a mature thing to do if you want to read a graphic novel. So I wanted to point out that in real life. And then another really popular graphic novel is called Smile. Look, there we got the label. And this is about a girl who gets braces in the very beginning of middle school, and it's all about her, trials and tribulations going through middle school, feeling kind of weird. We can all relate to that, of course. Here's a cool picture of her getting her braces on. And I do have Diary of a Wimpy Kid and some others that you might recognize as graphic novels. Okay, moving on to the other side, I just want to show you a couple other selections. If you are into realistic fiction, so books about things that could happen here at Southview or in Cleveland or anywhere, you've got to check out the Bluford High series, all right? I have the entire series. Every novel is about teenagers that things that happen in your life happen in their lives. This one's called Brothers in Arms. Anyone you pick is going to be a winner. This one's called Lost and Found. Someone Love Me. So these are realistic fiction, which means that these things could actually happen in real life. Moving on to romance, we do have a few romance selections. This has been a 2017 #1 bestseller, Anna and the French Kiss. It is a little bit longer, but if you're someone who likes a good story, She Goes to Paris, of course. A huge classic is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. If you haven't read it, you have to check it out because it's super weird, but really kind of cool. And then, of course, we have our sequel to Stargirl. One more thing, if you like romance novels, my kids in the past have all loved To All the Boys I Loved Before, which is about this girl who writes all these love notes to all the crushes she has, and then all of a sudden the love notes get sent to all of the boys. So these secret desires that she wrote down go to the boys that she wrote about, and it's all about what happens. So that's crazy. I do have some books in Espanol, so if you are someone who is still learning English or would just like to read a Spanish book, I have some. What's cool is I have some books in Spanish that are also in English. So let's say your friend reads English and you read Spanish, you can both read the same book. So here's The Dreamer, and here is El Soñador, and this is the same book, but Spanish and English. So we do want to learn English, that's our goal, but I do have some selections if you are just beginning to learn. Okay, let's get down to the bottom here. I do have some books about sports. This series by Kevin Waltman. We got Pull, we got Next,